Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and this is a different type of video. We're not outside, we're not camping, we're not hiking in bear country, but what we are doing today is we're planning. Today, I'm going to show you guys my step-by-step process for planning these trips. Now, I have ADHD, so the way that I do this works with my ADHD, and maybe that can help you. So, today, we're going to be talking about our trip planning for Glacier National Park. Alex and I go in about 3 weeks. We're very excited, but it's a big trip. It is our first trip out of state together, and even though we're not camping, we are still in need of planning. Now, I'm the type of person, my ADHD loves lists, so I make a lot of lists. So if you're not that type of person, this is not the video for you. If you are, or if you have someone with ADHD, first step in the plan is to pick a location. Now, you might say, Laura, that's so easy. I've got like 50 places I want to go. Trust me too, but not all of them can be done not all of them can be easily accessible to us living here in Texas. We do live in like north, central, east Texas-ish. Kind of like in the middle of three, kind of like almost at the cusp of 3 different regions of Texas here. So when we do decide to go and travel, there's 3 things that we look for when we're deciding a location. The first one being, how long does it take to get there? If it's going to take us 2+ hours, let's say we're going to a state park. If it's going to take us 2+ hours to get there, that is a camping weekend trip. When we went to Lake Livingston State Park, that is roughly 2 hours away. We had to camp there, and that was honestly so beautiful. But like Huntsville or like Lake Somerville, easy day trip, boom, bam, get yourself done. But for our Glacier trip, we decided that we wanted to go out of state because we had free tickets with our airline, with American Airlines. We had free tickets from them from an incident that happened back in December, so we were like, let's go out of state. Alex was the one who decided to go to Montana, mainly because he's never been there, and he'd heard me talk about places like Colorado and how I loved it there, but he wanted to go somewhere a little different. He wanted to go to Montana. Now, when we chose to go to Montana, we looked at a couple different factors, especially for the time of year, which was if it was going to be snowing or not, what was the parks that we were going to decide to go to going to look like, and that's how we landed on Glacier. We decided to go in September to Glacier National Park because, one, it's still going to be open. Going to the Sun Road is still going to be open when we go, and the chances of snowing are less than when we go in October. And also, we didn't want to go in August because we decided this literally in like July, and we didn't want to have to plan a last-minute trip like that. So, another thing that we take into account when choosing a location is the cost. Again, we have to save up for these bigger trips, or we're handed a freebie like this one. So we do have to take that into account. So something's going to be like, if the cost of the trip is, if the plane tickets are going to be a lot of money for both of us, since we are applying for 2 people, then we decide we're just going to go somewhere local. Or we decide not to do that. That's why we go to our state parks. So the third thing that we take into account when picking location is the amount of hikes. This more applies to our state park trips because there are about 89 state parks in the state of Texas. They're not all made equally. Some of them have like massive amounts of hikes, and some of them have like maybe a mile combined. So I like to go about 2 miles whenever we do a hike. It gets my body moving, gets my body exercising. So that's something I take into account. Great examples of parks that have amazing long hikes can be Lake Somerville, Lake Livingston, Huntsville, Pedernales, Lake McKinney, Palo Duro, Franklin State Park, all those type of things. Also, if you'd like to read up more on why our state parks are so amazing and three reasons you should visit them, go click the link in my bio. I wrote an article about that on my website. The third step in my packing plan is to make a packing list. I cannot tell you how much time and energy I've saved making packing lists, and for these types of trips. I even made them for my little weekend getaway out to the Retreat of Artesian Lakes. If you want to see that vlog, it's up here. And this is the most important tip for my ADHD girlies, is to make packing lists. And there are hundreds of different ways to do it. I have a friend rambling around Texas that uses Google Keep, I believe that's what it's called, and she has it's on her phone. She can just do it there. I personally, obviously, I have my notebook. I make some packing lists there, but then I also use a website called Her Packing List. I downloaded this woman's packing list template back in 2020, and I've been using it ever since. It's really good. It helps me organize things. I can create columns with the columns on the packing list, I can section them out to be like hiking stuff, clothes, accessories, and I can even there's even a little area. I even use some of the smaller sections to put reminders for myself for when it's the day of. And I print all of these. I like to have a physical copy, so you can do that, or you can just have it on your phone or on your computer. Now, you do need to have Adobe Document Reader on there, but you can just get the free version of that. I even have like a buy list. So if I need to go get something, I'll make a list in a couple places, actually, not only here but also on my phone the day of places things I have to go pick up. Like for Glacier, I need to pick up some snacks for us. I need to pick up some film for not only my camera but my film camera. I'm taking that one, I think. And also but I'm also getting Alex a disposable camera because we are healing our inner child here at this national park. We are doing that. Our fourth and final step is obviously to pack. Now, packing is normally done for us about 1 to 2 days beforehand, before the first day of travel. And when we pack, we normally take about 1 to 2 bags each, depending on where we're going. We both have hiking backpacks that we also use as travel packs for the day. And then I will normally, if I need to, bring my camera bag with me, which is also a backpack. Now, for our camping supplies, we actually have a bin. You know those big black and yellow bins that you find at, I believe, Walmart? We have one of those for our hiking stuff. We have our tent in there. We have all of our cooking supplies, minus our actual stove, which is not in there because we normally would keep it outside. But since it's kind of rainy right now, and we also don't have a porch, it's inside at the moment. And we'll keep our hammocks in there as well, and then we'll just pick that up, put that in a car, and we'll take that camping with us. We'll also go, if we need to go buy any food for our trip ahead, we'll do that and we'll pack that. We've got cooler safe we've got bags that have insulation in them so that we can keep things cool and fresh. And when we can convince my parents to let us borrow something, we do borrow a cooler from my parents. Obviously, we do not have we do not own all of our hiking equipment. We do rent some of our hiking equipment from my parents or Alex's parents. We will get some hiking equipment from them. It's mostly, though, it's like sleeping bags, because we have our own tent, we have an air mattress, we have almost everything. The only big thing we don't have is sleeping bags, because those are expensive. The tip for this section is to keep everything together all of the time. even if it's in 2 locations. That's why we have this bin, is because we didn't want things to be scattered in 5 different locations, so then when we had to get ready to go camping, we forgot something. This actually stems from when we went to Big Bend. I forgot a couple things at the house here, so that's when we started putting it in a bin. Try to keep your camping stuff together as close as possible. If you have ADHD, it's a very out of sight, out of mind ideal, where if we're not looking at something, it's not in our brain. So when you're looking at your camping bin, you know where all your camping stuff is. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you learned something, and especially if you've got ADHD, I really hope that this can help making your travel packing experience a little bit better. I do plan on making more ADHD focused content around traveling in the future, hopefully, as well as vlogs coming up about our upcoming glacier trip. So I'm very, very excited to have shared this with y'all today. If you liked what you saw today, drop a follow, leave a like, and drop a comment. What is your #1 packing tip? I'll see you guys later. Happy trails.